Hello, friends of Summit Christian School. My name is Brian Stock. I'm the Director of Advancement and Admissions here at the school. It is our distinct privilege to bring you this very special 4-part series as we look back at the founding of our school, the early days, and the growth of Summit Christian through the years, as we are now approaching the anniversary of our 40th year of educating and inspiring young minds to be an impact in the world for Jesus Christ. This series is going to focus on longtime teacher, administrator, and self-proclaimed historian of SCS, Mrs. Melanie Kemp. We are very happy that she was able to take some time, sit down with us, and share her thoughts about the early days of the school and taking a look at how the hand of God has had such an impact on the growth of the school and where we are at today. Our first segment talks about the founding of the school, what things looked like in the early days, the vision that was laid for SCS, the key people who had an impact on the early days and the beginnings of the school. So let's join Mrs. Kemp as she talks about the founding of Summit Christian School.
Wow, 40 years, that's quite an anniversary. I want to be sure that today I give God the glory because this is a work that He has done. We're just servants in His vineyard and glad to be so. 1982 was when the school started. I wasn't a part of it then. It was 4 years before I would come along, but I guess I'm the senior historian now. Because I was blessed to know some of the people that were around to start the school. Let me say first, the local church that had the heart for this school had been a congregation of 4,000, and they had an evangelist that was very well known, but he had retired. And the church had dwindled to about 800. But it was a big building with a lot of space. And as I said, they had a heart to be missionaries. And so I don't know whose idea it was, but I know the first 2 teachers were Barb Moore and Flo Urey, and they were awesome teachers. Now the intent was for the school only to be a preschool and a kindergarten. But they were such wonderful, loving ladies that the parents wanted a first grade. And then they wanted a second grade. And you know how that continued. I'd also say that in 1982, the late 70s, the 80s, those were times that there was a decline in the public school about what would be allowed to be incorporated as our Christian heritage or Christian teaching. And so there was also, as there was the decline in that, there was the desire for more private Christian schooling. And so that was probably prime time for Summit Christian School to begin its inception. But it was also designed to be different than the few Christian schools that were in the area. For one big reason it was noticeably different is that parents didn't have to be Christians to bring their kids to Summit Christian. Their kids could be rascals even. But these ladies who first started the school had a heart to teach the children about Christ and to give them a good academic foundation. So in the beginning, there were no bus transportation. There was not a library. They didn't have all the money that could fund special teachers like to do music or art or PE. And so it was just really a fledgling school in 1982, 83, 84, 85, and that was the beginning of Summit Christian School. But God's hand was very visible in providing for this school, and they were making a difference in the lives of kids.
We hope that you enjoyed part 1 of our interview series with Mrs. Melanie Kemp. We look forward to having you join us for the remaining conversations. Our next episode, she will be talking about her early days as principal and what inspired her to step into that leadership role. We'll see you next time.